Hi guys, what's up? It's Mansi. Welcome back to my channel. If you have seen the last video, which is this, I see this as a sort of a comeback, and I revealed in the last video that I have been preparing for USMLE and this has been a not smooth journey so far. So mostly what people do is after they clear their steps, they share what mistakes they made and what are the things that they did wrong. I think it's important to also share the journey when you're making the mistakes and you are sharing with people who are also in the same boat as you. It gives a sort of confidence to everyone who is in the same circle. So this is like a support group, I would say. So with that, I will be sharing with you guys in the initial days what mistake I made, which I have now realized. So if you know a little bit about USMLE, you probably know that it has 3 steps, and the first step is step usually what people give initially, obviously for obvious reasons. There are some basic tools that everybody, and I mean everybody, has to use for your preparation. If you know about USMLE, you're already aware of UWorld. It has 3600 questions that you need to attempt, and these questions will tell you whether your concepts are on point or not. So UWorld has a lot of questions, and it doesn't have theory, it doesn't have lectures, it doesn't have notes, it just has questions. So when you attempt those questions, you also get a score. So when you get a score, you see it as a test. Of course, that's natural instinct for us. So attempting UWorld questions and that shaken confidence that you see in yourself when you're attempting each block is something that is, I think everybody goes through that. So this mistake is something that I made, and I think everyone else also makes the same mistake, because even though we see a lot of videos and content and from people who have passed their steps, they tell us that UWorld is meant as a learning tool and it's not meant to test your knowledge. The whole strategy of using UWorld should be to do the question, see if you get the question wrong, why you got the question wrong, because they have a very nice way of explaining things. They have a very nice way, and they have these diagrams, they have each and every option is explained why it's not the answer and why the answer is the answer. The main mistake that I just wanted to mention that I made was to chase the score in UWorld, which is something that we all need to avoid. Don't chase the score, chase the questions and the concepts. So UWorld is strictly for that. First aid is 600 pages of everything that you need to know before taking the exam, and this is put in a very concise manner. It doesn't have the conceptual way of explaining things, but it does have the key points and everything you would need. So if you are clear in your concepts, reading it would be a bliss for you, since you will get to revise everything in a span of one book, and that's, I think, a very, very golden thing. The mistake that usually people make, which I didn't make, I think, they try to read first aid initially when they're not exactly clear in the concepts as well. So first you need to go and read your reference books, your mother books that you have in MBBS, and then you need to go for first aid. So first aid is something that will act as your savior, a revision savior for you once you know the key concepts. Another mistake I made initially when I started preparing was trying to rush things, and I also mentioned this in my last video. Not taking a breather actually meant I was not having an insight into what will help me the most in improving my score. Stopping and realizing what's not working is just as important as working. So this is what I did. A lot of people have a lot of different ways of using UWorld. Some people go for multiple attempts of UWorld as well. So there are 3600 questions, and some people attempt it twice. Some people don't even complete it once. They just go for the questions randomly, and then once they see an improvement in the score, they take the exam. And then there's a third category of people who just attempt it once, and then they see a gradual improvement in the score, and then they give the NBME tests, and then they give the exam. Honestly, it just depends on the person. It doesn't mean that there's anything lacking or extra if you are using either of these methods. As usual, it was really great interacting with you all, and I will see you guys next time. Next video I will probably make for the basics of USMLE and how to apply for step 1 and everything, because I think it's a very overwhelming process and that requires guidance and support. Like I said, a constant companionship is needed and guidance is needed. So after my research, what I have learned and everything. So in the upcoming videos, slowly and steadily, I will be going about the whole process of how you can start your preparation and how you can apply for the exam and how you can take the date for the exam and everything related to it. So we will do that, and if you guys want, I can also go for exam patterns and how it all works if you want to go for your post-graduation outside India in other countries. So I don't exactly have a lot of knowledge about every other country, but I have had a lot of people ask me about PLAB as well. So we can go for a separate video section for PLAB maybe, because I would also need to go for a little bit research on that initially. So I will do that. anything for you guys. So I will see you guys very soon. I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it. If you are preparing or if you are thinking of preparing, I think this is a very important information to have, and I hope that I helped you in some way, and more to come on that. So I will see you guys very soon. Bye bye, take care.